Hey, how's it going guys? Chris here, and today I'll be giving you a guide to the map Rise in the Call of Duty Awakening DLC. So Rise is the biggest of the new maps that drop with the DLC, and it takes place in a snowy, mountainous industrial area on the outskirts of Zurich in Switzerland. And you'll be duking it out around a Coalescence Corporation construction site. It's definitely one of the more traditional maps in the expansion, going off its more serious, less zany setting, and it's not quite as vibrant and diverse as some of the other maps that we've seen in Awakening. It follows that 3-lane pattern once again, with the two main spawn points on the left and the right side of the map, and a hectic choke point slap bang in the map's centre. If you spawn on the right side of the map, you'll be in a fairly open area with a few pieces of cover scattered around to jump up on, such as a van and hollow concrete pipes. These are all good to break line of sight if the enemy team are advancing on your position. Though if you head off down to the bottom lane on your left, this splits off into two sub-paths. The first one takes you through a garage area that opens up into a path with a load of big crates. Though if you turn to your right, inside the garage, you'll see an exit that leads to the middle of the map. The second sub-path to the far left of the lane takes you up some stairs into a room that overlooks the other side where all the crates are. This is a pretty good area to bring along a long-range weapon like a sniper rifle, to take out anyone who chooses to use this lane on the enemy team. Though you're a bit of a sitting duck up here, as it's one of the more obvious spots where people will check first, so keep that in mind before you get comfy here. Walking towards the crates on the left side of the map leads you down to a long narrow path. You can use the crates to strafe in and out for cover or for when you're reloading, but keep in mind that other players, and yourself, can jump up on top of them crates and use them as a higher platform. Following this path then leads us to the left side of the map with a few silos and a main spawn point. Now focusing on the middle lane. The central lane is actually quite small compared to the other paths, but it's probably the most dangerous to navigate down to how easy it is to access. From the left side of Rise, you can walk up a few steps to reach a room that looks over the centre. There isn't a lot of cover in the middle, and there's also a lot of doorways and entrances that lead here, so running directly through probably isn't a smart thing to do. There's two overlooking windows either side of the area that can be accessed by doorways from each of the main spawn points. And these can be very popular points to view from, to get the drop on anyone dashing around in the centre. But both windows are brightly lit, so it's obvious if anyone's sat there waiting. There's also a door that leads to the garage area in the bottom lane, and a door that heads off into the top lane, along with an opening on the right side of the map. And this then takes us back to the main spawn point on the right side of the map. So moving on to the third and final lane, which is at the top of the map. From the left hand side, you can enter a building that's under construction through one of two entrances. Moving through here takes you to a door on the right leading to that middle area, and a door straight on to keep going along the route. And there's also a window here too, that's good to perch behind and check the area in front for enemies before advancing forwards. Now you'll notice that beyond this wall is a fairly open space with a big pool of water, and you can actually choose to go one of two ways here, onto the platform above the water, which is quite narrow with several cover points. Or you can go directly underneath the platform underwater and reach a very open area that could lead to some intense combat while you swim. And this is also how you'll reach the right side of the map. But there's also a sneaky alternate route here that brings you out near the right side of the map closer to the centre. And this is a great path to pick to flank enemies and surprise anyone overlooking the middle area behind cover. So Rise lets us take advantage of Black Ops 3's new mechanics quite well, with a pretty large segment that features underwater combat, along with a fair few flat walls that you can run along. There's a big map with a lot of key areas and possible flanking routes, so you've always got to watch your back, and use the cover pieces scattered around like the vans, crates and construction machines to block lines of sight, and protect you from incoming enemy fire. Most of the map features a lot of narrow pathways and rooms with shorter sight lines, so closer range weapons fit in well. Though there's a couple of areas like the bottom lane near the garage, and in the middle of the map where longer range weapons and optics are suitable, especially if you perch at one of the windows overlooking the entire area. Rise is an old school style Call of Duty map that welcomes Black Ops 3's new mechanics with open arms. It might not be the most interesting map of all time, but it definitely feels original to play. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you in this one. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to stay tuned on all the latest content. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.